Hello students, a very good morning to all of you. Today we will study about your disk operating system. In your previous class we will learn about your operating system. So this operating system is your system software, and without the help of this operating system you cannot interact with your hardware devices of your systems, or you cannot interact with your system. So by the help of this operating system you can interact with the system, and because of this operating system you can do many kind of works. जैसे आपका ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम आपको हेल्प कर रहा है फाइल मैनेजमेंट, रिसोर्स मैनेजमेंट, मेमोरी मैनेजमेंट, डिवाइस मैनेजमेंट। ओके, सो ये सारा काम में आपका ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम हेल्प कर रहा है। सो प्रीवियसली जो यूज़ होता था, जो प्रीवियसली जो इंट्रोड्यूस हुआ था, दैट ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम इज योर डिस्क ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम्स। ओके, सो दिस डिस्क ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम एंड आपका जो टुडे जो हम लोग देख रहे हैं विंडोज़ ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम, you can easily recognize, or you can easily see the difference between these two operating system. So this is the previous one, that is your Microsoft disk operating system. This is a single tasking, single user, non-graphical command line operating system, which means that single tasking means at a time only it can do one task, and single user because only one user can access the systems at a time, and non graphical मतलब जो आप Windows operating system में देख रहे हो, lot of graphics are there. You can draw a picture, you can listen the music, you can watch the videos, you can even prepare your document. All the things are graphics, and you can easily access these things without writing any command in this. Obviously you use certain commands to do some works, but you can easily access the files, you can create the files, you can see where your folder or file location is. ओके, सो ये सारा चीज़ आप इजीली देख सकते हो। ओके, सो आपका जो ये डिस्क ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम दैट प्रीवियसली आपका यूज़ होता, दैट इज़ योर IBM's अर्लीस्ट लाइन ऑफ योर पर्सनल होम कंप्यूटर में यूज़ होता था, एंड इसको ऑन क्यों किया था डिस्क ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम जो बोल रहे हैं, दैट इज़ योर माइक्रोसॉफ्ट। ओके, सो नॉर्मल फंक्शंस आपका है, ये फाइल मैनेजमेंट करता है, एलोकेशन ऑफ द सिस्टम रिसोर्सेज, प्रोवाइडिंग सम एसेंशियल फीचर्स टू कंट्रोल द हार्डवेयर डिवाइसेस, and these things can be done by writing some commands. So it has some internal commands as well as some external commands. Okay, so internal commands, that's the basic commands आपका है. External commands has some more features and it is more powerful as compared to your internal commands. Okay, so there is a small history behind this Microsoft disk operating system, that the origins of your Microsoft disk operating system can be tracked back to the two earlier operating system. That the first one is your आपका आता है control program and microprocessor, that is in your 1970s by your Gary Kildall of your digital research, and your QDOS, that is your quick and dirty operating systems. So in 1980s, Tom Patterson of your Settle Computer Products develops this quick and dirty operating systems for your Intel's new 16-bit 8086 central processing unit, that is your CPU, and it was largely based on your CP/M, that is your control program and microprocessor, and it is here that the Microsoft entered the pictures. So ये जो आपका CP/M जो है, that is of your 8 bits, and this is the QDOS, that is your 16 bits. So today you will see that 64 bit process आपका system में 64 bit रहेगा, 64 bit PC. And in 1981, the Microsoft purchased this QDOS for Settle Computer Products, renaming it to MS-DOS 1.0 and offering it to IBM so that it uses this operating system in their new personal computers. So in your present move gets retained the licensing for MS-DOS, and it would become the most important factor in your Microsoft's move from a simple vendor of the computer programming language to giant in the computer software industry. Obviously that was the first one. So आपका जो इनकम भी बढ़ा, जैसे कि आप देख रहे हो द सक्सेस ऑफ योर MS does directly parallel the growing popularity of your personal home computer and remain the Microsoft's most significant source of income even after firm began। वो जो Microsoft है वो खुद का एक ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम निकाला, that is your graphical user interface है, and that is known as your MS Windows or Microsoft Windows operating system। Okay, sorry, this one is your control program and microcomputers। Okay, microcomputers, and this one is your quick and dirty operating systems। Okay, so next come to what are the features of your disk operating system, that it is a single user at a time, only one user can operate it, and obviously that is a single tasking, only perform one task at a time। It also control the programs, it also manage the files, it also manage all the input and output systems, also manage the computer memory, and provide some commands for processing facilities, internal commands हो या फिर external command हो, cd mkdir और tree command, del command, ये बहुत सारा commands है। By the help of these commands you can do many types of tasks, but you have to remember these commands। So that is one of the major disadvantage of this disk operating systems कि you have to remember the commands, and accordingly आपका अगर command सही नहीं हुआ, if you are not able to set the path in correct way, that it will show you some errors। Okay, ये सारा ये हो सकता है, and it operates with your assembler। Okay, assembler कहाँ पे यूज होता है? So it's आपका जो assembly level program रहता है वहाँ पे assembler यूज होता है, that converts this assembly level code into your machine code। So there are various types of disk operating systems commands, that is your internal commands। These commands are such as your del, copy, type, and there are number of internal commands are there, that is break command, call command, cd, csdir, change the directory, clear screens, color, copy, and rename command, rt command, move command, ये सारा command। So how they work, you will learn these commands in your practical lab, and I can also I will also show you how it works। Okay, सो वेयर आर द इंटरनल कमांड्स फाइल स्टोर्स। सो आपका एक रहता है सेल रहता है, आप जब ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम पढ़ोगे तो एक सेल रहता है। सो दिस कमांड्स आर द पार्ट ऑफ योर सेल, so which could be your command.com or cmd.exe, depending on the version of your Microsoft does कौन सा वर्जन है, और विंडोज। सो विंडोज को आप जानते हो देयर आर वेरियस वर्जन, XP है, विंडोज NT है, विंडोज 7 है, 8 है, 8.1 है, लेटेस्ट 10 है। ओके, एंड आर नॉट सेपरेट फाइल्स ऑन द they are not separate files on your hard drives। Okay, so how do you run these internal commands? So as long as you can open this command line and you run any internal commands including with your जो भी आपका Microsoft does का वर्जन है और Microsoft Windows का वर्जन है, and you simply write or name the command here, so it will run as well। Okay, so external commands like format, disk copy, etc. are the external commands and remain the stored on your disk। So these are the list of your external commands, that is append, आप कुछ फाइल ये ज्वाइन कर रहे हो, दो फाइल है। ओके, आपका फाइंड कमांड है, फॉर्मेट कमांड है, कंपैक्ट कमांड है, आपका यहाँ पे आप देखोगे कि आपका ट्री कमांड है, this one tree command। okay, वो हायरार्की आपको दिखाएगा। so these are the commands of your external commands। okay, so where are the external command file stores? या तो विंडोज backslash your system 32 bit, or your Windows NT backslash your system 32 directories. So if you need to locate the external files to delete you rename it, or you can replace it, then you can also find the files through your Microsoft Disk Operating Systems. So how do you run an external command? So आप कैसे वो external command को run करोगे? जैसे आप internal command को run करते हो उसी वे में आप external command को run करोगे. ओके, सो सिंपली अगर आपका फाइल एग्जिस्ट कर रहा है एंड आप अगर फाइल आप जो पाथ दिए हो वो आप करेक्टली दिए हो, सो इट विल एक्ट सिंपल एज योर इंटरनल कमांड्स जैसे बोल रहे हैं. तो इफ द पाथ्स आर नॉट सेट प्रॉपरली और दे आर मिसिंग बिकॉज द command line would not know where to look for the external commands, then you would get some error. So unless of the course you were in the same directory as the command, so can you send me the external command files? So इसका आंसर हो सकता है computer hope and will not provide any users with a downloadable version of any of the above files. So if you are looking for a download, then we have to suggest you to look for some alternative programs that performs the same function as the above commands. Okay, so there are some basic commands, that dir command, that is to list all or specific files of any directory or specified disk. वैसे आपका tree command displays all of the directory path found on the specified drive. Path दिखाएगा sets of sequential search path for the executable files if the same are not available in the current directories. cd or csdir change the disk operating system current working directories to specified directories on specified disk, or to check for the current directories on specified or default drive. So this md for make directory, वैसे फाइल के लिए कॉपी करना है या फिर एक्स कॉपी डेल रीनेम एट्रीब्यूट बैकअप रखना है, जो भी फाइल आप फाइल एट्रीब्यूट्स है रीड राइट और हिडन और अचीव, restore the files that were backed up using the backup commands, edit और फॉर्मेट कर सकते हो. जनरल कमांड आप टाइम देखने के लिए, डेट देखने के लिए, टाइप मतलब डिस्प्ले ऑफ द कंटेंट्स ऑफ सम स्पेसिफाइड फाइल्स, प्रॉम्प्ट कमांड. ओके, सो दीज आर अबाउट योर इंटरनल एंड एक्सटर्नल कमांड्स. सो सिंपली यू हैव टू गो टू द कमांड प्रॉम्प्ट एंड राइट द कमांड. ओके, सो देखो यहाँ पे जैसे आप मैं कमांड प्रॉम्प्ट खोली हूँ, यू कैन राइट आप विंडोज होम पेज में जाके आप कमांड प्रॉम्प्ट मार सकते हो, वहां से आप कमांड प्रॉम्प्ट आपको खुल जाएगा. एंड यू कैन देखो यहाँ उसका पाथ है. सो दिस इज द सी ड्राइव यूजर वो पाथ. तो ये जो आप यहाँ पे लिखोगे, दैट इज मैं डेट कमांड मारी हूँ, तो डेट. सो आप वैसे अगर फाइल कुछ क्रिएट किए हो, सो आप का जो पाथ सेट हुआ है अगर वो प्रॉपर है तो इट विल एग्जीक्यूट. ओके, इट विल वर्क. ओके, नहीं तो वो एरर दिखाएगा, या फिर कोई डायरेक्टरी मिसिंग और कौन फाइल मिसिंग आप नहीं क्रिएट किए हो तो वो सम एरर्स वो दिखाएगा. ओके.